Welcome to the Love Dem Knives channel. LTK here. Cold steel. American Lawman. Yes, it is. And you can get this with different scale colors. This one happens to be black. This one happens to have a black DLC coated blade. And it happens to have CTS steel, made in Taiwan. Ambidextrous thumb studs. Yes, we do. And somebody was saying how much they really admired having the long thumb stud on the right-hand side and on the left-hand side having the short end. Looks like you could probably pull this off and swap it around, but why? Why? Well, I think that was his question. And you know, that's a good question. Why don't you just make it equidistant on both sides? Just saying. I don't know. Any case, hey, you can go forward on this one, right? You got a big choil up here to go forward on. And this is going to be fun, ninja style, isn't it? This thing is so black. It's like losing it in a black hole. Triad lock. Very strong lock. You got jimping, big old tank tread type jimping up on the top. Now, the actual spine here of this lock is as tall as the jimping is. So kind of your thumb catches the edges on both sides, but doesn't really sink in and get as much traction as would be if that lock bar was just a little bit lower and these jimping was a little bit taller for traction. But oh well. American Lawman, named in honor of our law enforcement people. This is another Andrew Demko design. And how big old knife is this? Well, I'm going to tell you. If we can see, it looks like 3 3/8, which they call 3.5. Apparently my tape measure doesn't work that well. 8 inches overall, which is around close to between around 20 centimeters. So 3 3/8 is what, about 80, not quite 85 millimeters. Yeah, interesting design knife, kind of an all multi-purpose everything. 4/10 of an inch. So not quite a half an inch, under half an inch, well under a half an inch thickness. Which is, if we can get to the metric, please, can we switch to the metric? Okay, 10 millimeters. Blade thickness. Can we do this too? 3.3 millimeters, which is 0.131. It's over 1/8 of an inch thick. Blade stock. So pretty good blade stock for this knife. High hollow grind. Very useful there. Useful for piercing. A lot of material here coming down to the point. Reinforcing this, making this a pretty tough little point on the end. And you know one thing about cold steel knives, right? They're usually pretty dang sharp. If you use the blade part. Now, if you use this, it doesn't cut worth a dang. I don't know what the deal is. Lord almighty. You know, the guy that's using the knife has to be smarter than the blade. It has to be smarter than the blade. So, yeah. Looks like it'll get the job done. You know, cold steel knives are so sharp right out of the box. I mean, that's been my experience. They're probably the one brand I'd give them probably first place as far as overall of all the models that they issue, consistent, high degree of sharpness on the blade, cold steel. You want to make sure you get a knife that's sharp out of the box, cold steel. Am I doing a commercial for Cold Steel? No. Sounds like it though. Just saying. And even though I'm not, I mean, traditionally I haven't, lockback knives seem a little old-fashioned to me, but, these are knives that triad lock is just, it's just killer. It's so tough. And so what are you going to do? I mean, it's a real proven design. And I mean, this came out of the box. I haven't put any lube on it, but it still looks like it's got something going on here. We tried. In any case, yes. But it's not a big pain in the butt. This knife specifically, not a big pain in the butt to get this tried. And, I think your first push on the lock bar is your toughest push on the lock bar. And after a while, they loosen up. I mean, they become more manageable to disengage. So once they're open and they're locked up, it's incredibly strong. But these are knives that are really made for hard field use. And they don't give this one away. This one is rather expensive, I'd guess. Of course, that depends on your definition of being expensive. See, they're calling it 3.5. Looks like 3 3/8 to me, but $94.95. MSRP, $159.99, so $160. Is that $160 to you? Oh, by the way, right and left hand carry. See how this clip curves here? In the box, they give you a pocket clip for the other side because that's not gonna transfer to that side. It's gonna be wrong. So yes, they give you an extra pocket clip in the box. Excellent. Tough knife. Real good size for a lot of useful cutting chores. Very nice in that regard. Let me see what they say about here. American Lawman, DLC coded. Honor American law enforcement people. 8.125 overall, 3.5-inch blade. Yeah, kind of, sort of. Hologram. And we haven't weighed it yet, but it says it's under 4 ounces. So right hand, left hand, tip up. I think somewhere in here they say it's a Demko design. Or somewhere in here. Yeah, designer Andrew Demko. It's a 58AL is this particular one, and it's made in Taiwan. This is the 58ACL. Good looking knife. Comfortable in the hand. Pocket clip is like disappears. I mean, it's just not even there. It is so low profile here, you don't even feel it. So, yes. Comfortable in the hand. Good workable knife for heavy duty exposure to the environment. Very grippy on these, almost like a Grivery type synthetic handle. Very grippy. Reverse grip. Yeah. Down this way maybe even. Yeah. Lanyard hole. Yeah. Heavy? Don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's zero the scale out first. Can't decide. Is it under 4 ounces or not? It was bouncing around there. 3.94. So it is as per spec. Yeah, right at the 3.9 to 4 ounce. 112 grams. So decent blade stock. Not real fat this way. Just 4/10 of an inch. Dark, and you can get this in like a coyote tan type scale. See, but I haven't seen one without the DLC coated. I mean, it seemed like no matter what color, and I think maybe you can get this in green as well, but I know you can get it in tan. It seems like they all had a coated blade on here. So just keep that in mind. There you go. Badass, right? American Lawman. In honor of law enforcement in the United States. Demko design. Yes. Is it a $160 knife? Nah, I don't think so. But is it a $94 knife? I guess so, because they're getting that for it. So somebody's paying that. And there you go, comparing it with the Mannix. About the same size. You can see that. Interesting. Is the Mannix $160? No. No, it's not. And this is that CTS BD1. So XHP on this one. Yeah, interesting. Very close to the exact same size. Very close. What do you think? Any of you guys carry one of these? That's pretty rough stuff there. It's real traction for you. No stylized pivots here. No beauty contests going on. Not at all. It's all about the work. Thank you so much for joining me. Love Them Knives channel. We love them knives. Stay sharp.